Welcome to Expertsoft Trainings. One of the best online training and corporate training provider for the SAP Advanced Track and Trace for Pharmaceuticals, ATTP. In this course, you will learn about the features and benefits of SAP ATTP, how it helps pharmaceutical companies comply with global regulations and standards, and how to implement and configure it in your SAP system. You will also get hands-on experience with SAP ATTP through practical exercises and case studies. By the end of this course, you will be able to a detailed overview on the SAP Advanced Track and Trace for Pharmaceuticals by the leading consultant.
This
And
conference
during
will
this
now be recorded.
and this whole duration I have been complete almost 7 implementation and multiple rollouts for different countries, some project of testing, some projects of support. So I have been part, and I was the key member for onboarding all the different vendors, CMOs, MH. So that is my short introduction. Coming to ATTP, I see like most of the colleagues are from the pharmaceutical background where they are working. Some part of ATTP, like some of you guys are from line, so you have some exposure to ATTP. Some of you are already in pharmaceutical company, so you know how hard it is to maintain all the compliance and how this ATTP is helping us in following all the compliance. So over this training, what we are going to cover is uh, what exactly is ATTP, how it is helping
Pradeep,
business.
are you presenting the PPT?
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
I'll share. Yeah. So, okay, let me share then. Give me a second. Go to meeting is little new to me, so I'm just screen, entire screen, share. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
able
sir.
to see. Yeah.
Okay, let me put it. Yeah. So yeah, so we are done with our introduction. I was on the ATTP detail overview. In a nutshell, I'm just trying to give you a brief about the ATTP module. So what exactly this stand for? So this is a solution for all the pharmaceutical company. Yeah, earlier we are saying all the pharmaceutical company, but nowadays it is used in tire industry, it is used in fashion industry, and it is also used in multiple other industries. So it is in the stage of adoption by multiple industries. Okay, it is widely known in pharmaceutical company, but it has started entering in different multiple industry, and this means that we have a lot scope of working on ATTP with multiple industry. And in future there will be huge demand. Already there is a demand, but in future this will also increase the demand for ATTP resources. Okay. uh, ATTP also helping business by creating their goodwill. And how this goodwill create? By maintaining the product quality, what they are committed to their consumers. Which means if someone is trying to copy your product and trying to sell in the market, this will hamper your brand image, because the product quality might be compromised, or the outcome of the product might be compromised, whereas the brands are making sure that they maintain the same standard of the product across all the globe, right? So that is how ATTP helping them to keep an eye on their product, on their supply chain, wherever the goods is going, and till the time it is disposed to end consumer. So that is why ATTP is quite lot important for all the businesses. Okay, I'll cover this training content later on. Uh, this is brief about me, which I have explained. Total 10 year of experience in ATTP plus Auto ID and OER. I've been part of implementation, testing, and supported multiple project in for support project. Okay, this done. Then what exactly ATTP? So market requirement. This means every country has one government. This government decide what exactly the data they are looking for from the pharmaceutical company before it sell its goods to in the market. This market could be a domestic or this market could be international. So for example, someone from our group working in Pfizer company. So if Pfizer selling any drug in the India market, it has to comply with the Indian government requirement. Okay, and if it is selling something in the US or Europe, likewise they need to follow all the compliance set by the European government or the US government. Okay, so ATTP has a country specific solution which help business without making much noise. They can easily adopt the solution and easily follow the compliance of maintained by particular specific country. Okay, so that is how it is helping. Why ATTP? That's a good question. Why we need ATTP only? For example, there might be many small or big software companies who are providing the solution, but the specialty of ATTP is providing a non-complex solution and a country specific solution, and which is meeting the need 100% need of the business. Okay, it can maintain all the customer master data, it can maintain all the business partners, it can maintain everything, and apart from maintaining, it can also keep a record of, you know, you can set any number of years you want to maintain. So in pharma industry we have to maintain at least for last 10 years, so we need to maintain that record in our system. So ATTP has that capability, which can store the all the sellable items, all the records of a business in the system. Nowadays things are also going advanced and we are using the cloud, which means that you can store n number of years of data in the cloud. Mm. So it has a flexibility also by integrating different system. For example, Pfizer is using ATTP system, but the other brand Johnson and Johnson might not be using the ATTP system. So what this bring is there is a two different system, right? So ATTP has that capacity which can interact with any system. You just need to maintain one system, and ATTP is good to communicate via ICH or via some other middleware through that system. It does not have has that limitation. Before ATTP there was a version of ATTP which is called Auto ID and OER. In this we are using two system. One is Auto ID, which is responsible for generating unique numbers, and the other system is OER, which is Object Event Repository, which is used to keep a record of all the data and also maintain and trigger the rules to the different country. So these were the two system. Now the issue with these two system is there is a lot of maintenance required, that there is a lot of inconsistency, because these two system has to integrate with the ECC system, which is a central system where normally business has to generate the orders, sales orders, purchase order, procurement orders, all those orders, and it create a lot of trouble to the business. Though business has survived for almost 6-7 years on these two module, but after figuring out the problem with these 2-3 modules, SAP developed a specific module which is ATTP. So it has all the advantage, it has all the learning of what they have learned from these two modules, auto id oer. So that is why we are saying advanced, right? We are saying advanced track and trace for pharma. So that is why it is important, and that is what ATTP stand for. Okay, now coming to the version. So right now ATTP has already released the feature version 3, and the feature pack 3.3 is also released. My experience, I have started from the version 2, and then upgrading to multiple feature pack. The last I have used is 3.3 version 3.0, and recently we are in process of upgrading directly to 3.3. So that is in progress now. I hope so far there is no question, anything to ask, any question you guys have?
No, we are good,
Pradeep,
Pradeep.
yeah,
Pawan,
Pradeep.
Viplav.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays we are
Yeah.
seeing in integration of SAP ATTP with warehouse SAP ATTP with H1 S like that I'm seeing.
Yes, yes. So that is what the good part of ATTP. It can be integrated with any system. All you have to do is you need to set the connection RFC, and it is ready to connect. And if the system is not SAP, then the other services you can activate, and you can use some middleware, and you can have a interaction with the other system. And it I have seen this ATTP integration with EWM or WM. The other module is SAP Transport Management. Okay,
ERP.
and of course the ECC, yeah, ERP. So there are multiple systems which can be integrated, and the integration part is the same. You have to follow the same step no matter what is the other system it is. Okay, so we will cover that integration part also during our training. Okay, any other question?
Yeah, Pradeep, what the difference of SAP HANA and SAP FICO? What are these modules?
So SAP is one company. Okay. Uh, this one company has provided solution to each business operations. When I say business operation, means they have multiple modules to support these operation. Like they have SAP Finance and SAP SD. This is for sales and distribution. SAP FI is for finance. So likewise, they have hundreds of modules. EWM, SD, PP, QM, production planning, quality management. Likewise, they have many modules. You name it, any business process, and they have the module. So right now we are talking about SAP ATTP. So it is another module inside the SAP. This modules comes under supply chain management. So under supply chain management, you can see a number of modules are there, sub modules. So whatever business specific thing you are doing, you can pick any module, and you can learn. So if you want to learn sales and sales cycle, you can go to SD. If you want to learn material management, you can go for if you want to learn how to procure all those things, you can go to PQ. Likewise, they have many modules. So these are the modules which classify the business operation it is belongs to. Any other question? Okay, so I'm going about detailed solutions overview. What we are
Pradeep,
going to
sorry to
cover.
interrupt,
Yeah,
Pradeep,
yeah.
but there is some background noise from your end, Pradeep.
What sort of background noise you hear? Because it's quite silent at my side.
Mhm. 1 second. Can you mute once? Can you mute?
1 second. Uh, 1 second. It is go to meeting.
Yeah, yeah, it's from your end only. I guess it's a fan sound, I guess, yeah. Yeah, Pradeep, I guess it's a fan sound. Yeah.
There is no fan at all. Might be then connection issue.
Mhm.
How about now?
No, no, it's good. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, go ahead.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me put it back to presentation. Yeah. So we were talking about the detailed solution overview. So we will see the business process, the ATTP covering. So mostly in ATTP, there are three business process. One is internal process, wherein we produce the goods and sell it to the market. So how we implement that, we will learn that. The another thing is the CMO, wherein the other person is manufacturing goods on behalf of us. It is like we have given the contract to the person, and he is manufacturing and selling in the market. The third scenario is now we are the CMO, we are the contract manufacturer, and we are producing goods for some other brand. Hmm. So in case of Pfizer, Pfizer could be a CMO or Pfizer could be a MAH. Or Pfizer has another CMO. So these are the three main scenario in ATTP. So these three scenario means what? That might be Pfizer producing some drug for their self. They are producing and they are selling, and they have their license for producing these goods. In CMO scenario, they don't have license of that product, but they are still producing, but selling in the market on behalf of the license holder. Okay. And the third scenario is Pfizer is not producing any goods, but someone on behalf of Pfizer is creating goods and selling into the market. So these are the main three scenario. I know initially look little confusion in the three scenario, but it will be cleared later on. Okay. Then solution scope. So we will be talking and we will be learning all about ATTP, what is coming in, what is going out, and how all integration work with SAP ATTP. During the training, I'll try to give you exposure of the integration of ECCC, which is quite standard. The same step we need to follow for the EWM and for the other modules, whatever it comes to the picture. So for this, we have the standard document from SAP SAP side, which will give you exposure on how to set up or how to integrate from any XYZ system. Okay, whether it is EWM or ECC or any other system, they have the set definition and you need to follow it. Then we also covered the GS1 standard. This is a regulatory body which provide the identifiers, which means identifiers is kind of human eye readable content or machine readable content, which help people to know what exactly is the box or the packet or the pallet. This is GS1 is comes into the picture when you are working globally. Okay. For example, when you are going to buy shoes from Amazon, right? You see multiple number like UK size or India size or US size, right? So if a person like me don't know what is US size will fit to me, how will I purchase the shoes, right? Because I know I can wear shoes of number 7, but that number 7 is US or UK or India, I'm confused, right? So to avoid this confusion, GS1 comes into the picture, and they have set the common goal, common identifiers across the globe, which says if any digit start with 01, it should be GTIN, which means it should be a product code. So you go any corner of the world, and every pharmaceutical company following the same standard. Hmm? They are not following like US standard or UK standard number to the packaging. They have to follow because their goods is flowing across the globe. So no one should has to do this job of converting. Okay, this is US, now I have to convert into India. Imagine the amount companies are producing, and someone has to waste his time in converting those number. Okay, so that is what GS1 helping us, giving the standard coding across the globe, which is known across the globe. And this is really helping all the business, and every business is following this GS1 guideline. Okay, this is applicable for EPCIS also. EPCIS is Electronic Prod Code Information System services, which is a file, you can say kind of a file, which contain all the information of a product and all the serial number associated with that product, and what is the status of those serial number. Okay, this might be unfamiliar, but during the training I'll give you the exposure on this as well. As this is a kind of a demo session, I'm just trying to keep it little short on each topic, because if we start discovering all topic, it's going to take weeks of time. Then we will also learn the country specific rules and regulation, and what all reportings required for each country. Hmm. Then some technical solution and elements. We'll also talk about what all functional modules, what all tables you need to understand. I'll also give you exposure how the whole ATTP landscape look like. How the data flow between SAP ATTP, between plant, between government, between internal warehouse, and with ECC. Okay, this is the same. I'm talking about integration and architect. So both 6 and 7 topic will be covered in one go. Then deployment option is a standard for SAP ATTP, that will be covered. Yeah, so if you see about line numbers 6 and 7 in the next slide, we can have a look. So our SAP ATTP system is in the middle. Okay, and this ATTP is interacting with ECC. This ATTP is also interacting with all the packaging line where few of you are working right now. This ATTP is also working with some supply chain partner, which could be a CMO, which could be a MAH, who is sending data to ATTP. This part is totally out of organization part. This part does not belong to one organization. So for example, if this ATTP system is of Pfizer, then certainly someone who is sending us data as a supply chain partner, they are not the Pfizer. They might be a CMO for Pfizer, or Pfizer is a CMO for them. Okay, so this is purely an external system. So with this external system, we are connecting via web services. Then ATTP has to interact with the government system also in order to send any shipment in the market, in order to sell any goods in the market. Before selling it or before dispatching it out of the warehouse, we have to report to the government. Okay, we need to tell them, we need to declare them that we are selling the Crocin 500 mg 10 box in the market. Then only it should be dispatched, because once you dispatch the good and you try to report to the government, and let's say by any chance it got failed, the reporting got failed, and someone in the market has saw your product without distributed, you will be fined heavily, because then you are selling a good without giving an update to government. Also, there will be chances of duplicacy in the market, and that time, let's say your drugs get duplicated, you have no proof in your hand that that is your goods or not, because you haven't reported to the government, right? So that is why it is very critical to sync your data with the government while or before dispatching the goods. Now again, I'm coming to the same diagram and just giving you little exposure what all things we do here. So from ECC or S4 HANA, whatever system you have, or EWM, you are connected with RFC or web services. These are internal system. Okay, uh, might be a different box. Okay, but these are internal system, and you have to push all the master data. This master data is first of all your material, your customer, okay, and all the transaction data, which means transaction data means you need to whatever documents you are creating for your partner, like delivery document, sales document, or purchase order, this has to be integrated with SAP ATTP. So ATTP should know what we are selling, whom we are selling, and where we are selling. So what we are selling is the master data material. Okay. Where we are selling is your delivery document, which has all the partner and customer, and whom we are selling is your customer master data, which has our business partners. Okay. So that is why all the three master data need to be integrated with SAP ATTP. Now coming to packaging line, what exactly packaging line is doing with SAP ATTP? So packaging line has to produce goods. So once the ECC create a delivery document, it will also come to packaging line. They know, okay, we have to produce 100 crocine pack. So they will request 100 serial number from ATTP. Okay. Once we receive the serial number, they will start labeling the bottles, the blister with those serial number, and again they will send the serial number status. If they have ordered 100 and they have produced 100 pack, they will send the notification to ATTP that we have taken 100 serial number from you, and out of 100 packaging we have produced, and these are the status. So once when we are requesting serial number, the status of the serial number will be new. When we are sending serial number back to ATTP, the status of the serial number is commissioned. Okay. And in between, if let's say they have produced 100 bottle, and out of those two bottle has been break, or they got uh, somehow it get broken, right? So they need to send another update to ATTP that two serial number has been decommissioned. So ATTP has the record of all the serial number what they have sent to packaging line. So ATTP has sent 100 serial number, out of which hundreds are commissioned, but later on two bottles broken. So now 98 serial number are commissioned and two are decommissioned. So that is what packaging line is doing with ATTP. What exactly service chain partner is doing is the same as a packaging line, but here the scenario is, if this supply chain partner is CMO, they are taking serial number request, and they are providing the serial number status back like packaging line. But if they are the MH, now our ATTP is requesting serial number from them, and once we have the serial number, we send the commissioning report to the MH. That is what the only difference is. And as I mentioned, once ATTP has all the serial number status as commission and they are ready to ship, they have to push data to government. ATTP will not push any serial number or any data of MAH. They will only push for CMO. If here is MAH, MAH has to report it to the government. Okay, I'll go in deep in our further session. What exactly the CMO role, what exactly MH role, and what exactly the internal our own organization role is. I hope it is clear.
Pradeep, what is MAH?
MH marketing authorization holder,
Okay.
who
RFC
own
means?
the license. I'll come. So MH is the brand who hold the license for producing that good. Okay, producing that
Okay.
product. Because when you are going to
RFP?
produce, RFC is remote functional calling. It is an internal feature of SAP to communicate with other SAP system.
Okay.
We don't have to work much here on RFC or web services, but as a consultant, we should know how we are interacting and how to set. The connection type RFC has to be 3 in order to exchange data with ATTP and packaging line. Any other question? So this diagram is the key or the core diagram of ATTP. You always has to keep this in mind. Just take a picture and keep this in mind, and then it will be easy for you to understand the whole ATTP, because this is what we are going to do in our upcoming classes. Nothing outside of this diagram. Everything, it is whole ATTP. It is there. So please ask if you have any question. Okay. There is no question. I'll move forward. Again, this landscape overview. So third party ERP, as I mentioned, it can interact our own ECC or ERP or WM or EWM. and then third party warehouse like UPS, DHL, whatever the warehouse it is, it can also interact. This warehouse will give us the service of delivering our goods. As a supply chain track and trace system, our ATTP should know where is our goods, because usually we dispatch thousands of quantity to the warehouse, but warehouse is dispatching in a small size depending on the order, so these are the functionality, different functionality at the third party warehouse. Then packaging line we have already discussed. Then this local ATTP, which is the ATTP system where you are working like for Pfizer, they are working at the line. So that is a local copy of Pfizer, local copy of ATTP. Then this is a local SAP Auto ID. This is obsolete now, but still, if you have a Auto ID system, it can also integrate it. But I don't think this will be required. Then we have supply chain partner, which we have discussed in our earlier slide. Could be CMO, contract manufacturer, or could be a MAH, marketing authorization holder. Again, the same diagram. There is nothing new. So the only thing here, you can see this SAP ECC or SAP EWM. Both can be interacted together, but the purpose is different. SAP ECC will send the delivery, which will be synced with EWM, which will be synced with packaging line. But at the EWM, and the packaging line, there is a connection. So in EWM, they are smartly managing your warehouse. They are responsible to dispatch the goods. What goods? For example, you have thousands of unit of crocin tablet. So EWM will pick the crocin tablet, which has a short lifespan. Which means, like, you have produced thousands of quantities. Some are expiring in 6 months, some are expiring in 1 year, some are expiring in 2 year. So they will not dispatch first the 2 year, the drug which has expiry date of 2 year. First they will dispatch the drug who has 6 months of expiry date, so that this good can be consumed. Likewise, they have lot of smart feature, they have lot of smart way to manage their inventory, to manage their warehouse. Okay, and that is how, based on the EWM input, the packaging line start packaging the goods. Nowadays there is a huge potential in managing the warehouse. The warehouse also going, converting into automated. The AI is also helping EWM or the warehouse management to manage their warehouse smartly. Okay, so there is a lot of innovation is going on in this area as well. Moving to next slide. This is what I was talking about, the GS1. So you see 01171021. These are the identifier that whatever the number is followed by them, what this mean for. So if any number started with 01, which means this is a GTIN, which is a trade item number, which is a material number. Okay. If you see any number starting with 17, then this is the expiry date. So this good going to expire on 18th April 2030. Okay, and if you see any number starting with 10, which means this is a lot number or batch number. Okay, and any number which is starting with 21 going to be serial number. So this number is random, it could be anything, this could be anything, but this will remain constant for serial number. If you have crores of serial number, you will always see only 21 ahead of this and then followed by a unique number. Okay, the same, if you are producing one batch, it will be same, but if you are producing 10 batches, you can see 10 different number which is associated with only 10. So this is how GS1 helping us by giving a unique identification for each item. Okay, any question here? Okay, go ahead. and that is what the process look like. First of all, company produce, they pack their product into the packaging line. Then the packaging line will be packed in a sellable unit with a barcode, and this barcode is the same like what we see. Then this will go and aggregate, which means one pack. First of all, we have produced one tablet, one blister, and then we pack it in a one packet. Then this packet will also packed into the carton or a big pallet. hmm, because we are not selling one single unit from the company, we are selling pallet to the distributor. So we create a bundle of 100 pack of like this, and we aggregate it. So that is why we are calling aggregating. We are collecting all small unit into one big unit. Okay. And once this is done, it has also a one barcode. Hmm. All the boxes you see, they have unique barcode, and for these they have this master barcode, you can say a big barcode, which associate with represent one pallet. Now this is a one pallet. Hmm. This one pallet might had this 100 small packet. Okay. So we are not going to scan all the 100 packet. That is why we are giving one barcode here. So the moment you scan one barcode, you will have the information that what all small packs are inside this box. So now this shipper case is ready, and we will ship it. Once the shipping is done, we have to immediately notify to the government. Okay. So in ATTP, there are events. For example, the first event is commissioning, then is receiving, then shipping, then it could be decommissioning or destroying. These are the standard event in the ATTP. And these events are sent, some sent by packaging line, some sent by business partners, some sent to government. Now this is a functional comparison with Auto ID and ATTP, and oh, sorry. Yeah. Which I don't think it is required now, because Auto ID is purely absolute from the market. I don't think there is any customer is still using the Auto ID. I have been worked with many pharmaceutical company, for example, with Bayer, with Takeda, with Johnson and Johnson, with CSL, with Securus, and with Takeda, and right now with Halion, GSK. So I've worked with many brands, and none of them are using Auto ID. I have worked with Merck also. No one is using right now the Auto ID. It has been obsolete, and it's been like 3 or 4 years by now. The last Auto ID was with Takeda, which was replaced by 2019. So now all the companies shifted to advanced track and trace pharmaceutical module. This support from SAP side is also stopped for Auto ID and OER. Only OER is in operation, because when Auto ID and SAP Event Management work together, we call Event Management module as OER. But when event management module work alone, it is not a OER, it is then event management module only. And this event management module is where we are using this has been used by Amazon, Flipkart, Blue Dart, all the postal industry. There are governments, postal industry, India Post. Then we have one Canadian postal industry government department which are using. The name is Canada Post and Innova Post. So these are the companies using the SAP Event Management. Okay, where there is no such country specific compliance applied for these postal departments. Okay, because they are dispatching the parcels and some couriers, which has no huge impact on someone's life, right? So they are not life threatening, they are not selling any life threatening object. They just have to maintain their supply chain, and for that SAP Event Management is a self sufficient module. Okay. whereas the ATTP brings a lot of functionality of government country specific regulatory reportings. Okay, so that is where I can compare. Any question so far? No, I'm audible.
But no questions.
Okay, once we are connected virtually, it's good to check like if we are connected or not. Okay, so this is what the training content look like, but I'll show you in a different file. Okay, training content, this is all. Let me move to the actual training content. Okay, and I try to access the system it I have received. 1 second.
Pradeep, client 500, Pradeep.
Okay, I'll change. Thanks. Once we are in the actual training session, I'll let you know what all importance it carry. I'm just putting my password. And here is our content. So we'll start with the SAP introduction. A little bit I have given, but we'll tell you the whole vocabulary we are using in ATTP. All the common terms we are using like GTIN, serial number, SGTIN, SSCC, commissioning, decommissioning, all the terminology we'll also discuss. Oh, what is this? Okay, we'll also discuss the solution overview. My God, sorry for interruption. Yeah, solution overview, and this solution overview is like what image we have seen, which I have asked you to keep keep a picture in your mind if you really want to learn ATTP. So that solution overview will discuss in detail inside the system. Then how the integration with external system will take place. We'll cover the ECC part, ERP part, and we'll also try to give you some exposure to EWM from the ATTP point of view. I'm not sure the system we have right now it has EWM, but I think integration with ECC will give you quite all clarity how we are going to integrate. Then all the integration and interface technology we also going to learn, and this is I think kind of 4 hours of topic. So we if we can finish in one class 4 hour. 1 second. Then we will jump to the serialization. What exactly the serialization is? Oh, what exactly we are doing in the serialization? How exactly we are doing serialization? What is track and what is trace? When we say track, it is a forward movement. When we say trace, it is a backward movement. So forward movement is when we are selling goods in the market, and trace is when we really want to pull them back, or we just want to figure out where our goods is, so we are tracing. Hmm. So that is why we are saying backward movement. Sometimes we have to recall our good also, right, from the market, the goods which are expired or the goods which has a fault manufacturing. If you remember, in the past there are many companies who recalled their goods. For example, Maruti started recalling some of the goods produced in particular batch. Same with Toyota, same with some laptop company also, they keep on uh, recalling products which has a faulty production, you know then we will also go in detail, and we will also try to create our own gs1 identifier. We will also try to create our own gti and gcp, gln, all the things from the gs1 side directly. So you will be know how exactly gs1 will work. Then we'll also give you a understanding about barcode. What is the liner barcode, what is 2D, what is 3D barcode. This basics of gs1 will be covered here only. This will be covered. Then we'll also go in detail about the epcis and the epc. What is epcis and what is epc? Okay, this is also around 4 hour of duration. Then building blocks, we'll learn at the GS1 site only how to build GTIN, what is the difference between GTIN and NDC. NDC is National Drug Code and GTIN is Global Trade Identification Number. So your one material globally known with one number. Then all the details, what is SGTIN, LGTIN, then building blocks of GLN and APC. Naveen, this module 4 will be covered. I will cover in with this only when we are working with GS1. hmm, I'll explain
Okay, okay,
all these topics. So that is
okay,
why
okay.
it's going to take some time. Then we'll also learn what is SSCC, how an SSCC will be generated. SSCC is nothing but in the previous slide. One second, in the previous slide we have seen one diagram where one box is packed into a big box. Oh, where is Okay, then what all the different events? SSC is serialized shipment container code. Hmm. So the one box which I have shown you in the slide, my laptop get hang, so I was not able to shift there. Okay, so that we will use it, and then oh, then yeah, the cockpit. We'll also go to cockpit, and we'll try to set up the master data, the business partner, the customer master data, the trade items, and the different system. So this itself going to take almost 10 to 20 hours of topic. This is the core topics which we have to work, and which we have where we have to spend lot of time, and where you have to practice, because before this is all learning, but this module 7 is all practical. You have to do by yourself once the understanding has been given. Okay, so this all you have to give: track and trace, international pharmaceutical shipment, enhancement of material, everything we have to done. Then we'll learn how to manage the serial number. Hmm. So what is range definition, what is range request, and how exactly we generate serial number. That's all we learn. Then in the repository browser, so you see, this is huge topic. The module 7 is a huge topic. That is why I'm saying it's itself going to take a lot of time. Hmm. So all the functionality, practical functionality, will be covered in module 7, where you have to spend more time, and you have to do lot of practice. And then in topic 6, I'll let you know the EU regularity in the system, how to maintain it. I'll also give you visibility about US, Russia, China, and DAWA. But these reportings are something where I cannot teach you how to do it, you know but it has a standard documents by SAP. You just have to follow the document. And how you will follow? Once you have the EU regulatory reporting exposure, you will be automatically know what exactly I need to do for US, for Russia, for China, for Dava, because for each country we have a separate folder, we have a separate rule. Okay, all we need to understand is on which event what reporting need to be triggered. So that has been given in the standard document. So when we are producing and we are sending commissioning event, please report product pack data report to EU hub. That is how the rule need to be set. So once you are done with EU, you know how to do it for US. You will be able to do it for Russia, for China, for Dava, for everyone. Okay. Then integration between packaging line, yes, that all will be covered. Event posting from packaging line, thus it is covered. So what packaging line is sending the data, how it is sending, everything will be covered, but only from ATT perspective, because the EWM itself a different way of working with packaging line, so we will not touch that, and that is also not required. Then we'll also learn the CM onboarding, yes, the MH onboarding with ATTP, everything will be covered. Then we will also learn AIF. Okay, this is interface monitoring. Whatever coming in, whatever going out in your system has to be monitored, and whatever get failed or any issue comes up, then with the help of AIF tool you can see what is the health status of your system. And whenever you see any red mark, you will be able to, you have to resolve it. So it is kind of a door for your ATP system, where you can always come and check how's our system is working, or anything get failed, you know, or is there any problem, you can take a look and you can resolve it. Okay, for example, you from packaging line someone has requested 1000 serial number, but it was not processed or they have not received the serial number. So you can come to AIF and you can check when they have requested the serial number. You will see a fail log, and there will be a reason mentioned that why it was not processed successfully. Might be the serial number were not available, might be the packaging line not configuration well. So you have to take the action and you need to follow the same. Okay, then yes, complete end-to-end flow with ATTP. I discussed with Naveed that integration with EWM 100% will not do, because the system is ATTP only. So we will cover ATTP part, but I'll give you the visibility how it should be in EWM also. So that is what we are going to cover. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, Pradeep. What is the complete cycle management of your integration management? One cycle integration. I can see that in many LinkedIn job openings, it was showing like exposure for complete cycle management, at least 2 cycles like that.
In the document, I didn't get your question.
In few job openings, I'm seeing like complete integration cycle must be exposure to complete a one cycle integration
Okay,
like that.
okay. So integration cycle means that you have done one integration. This integration is nothing but integration with ECC or EWM. So they are asking that you have this experience of integration. You know how to integrate with ECC, or you know how to integrate with any other module. So we'll cover the integration part. I'll let you know what all integration need to be done, how to exchange the master data with ECC and ATTP, how to exchange the business partner, how to integrate the plant, because in ECC you have hundreds of plant. All plants may not be applicable for serialization. Okay, so you out of 100 you need to push to ATTP 10 plant only. Those are producing serialized goods, right? So how to integrate those plant, how to integrate the material master data, how to integrate your customer, how to integrate your documents, the delivery documents and all. So this integration you should know. First of all, what all need to be integrate and how you are going to integrate. So these 2 points you need to know. That is what the requirement is.
Okay. And also, as you said that there will be no provision for teaching the reporting, US reporting, EU reporting,
No, no,
DAWA reporting.
I'm not saying there is no provision of teaching. I will let you know
Okay.
everything. But
Okay, okay,
I'll let you know everything, like what is for Europe. What I'm saying is, w- when you go for Europe, when I'm teaching you Europe, hmm, the same process is
okay,
for US, same process is for Russia. You will be automatically know what need to be done for US, what need to be done for
okay,
Russia. That is what I'm saying.
okay, 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 okay. Means
So we will.
while we are handling the server, we can be handling we can practice the same thing, right?
Yes, you can practice, you can configure, you can
Okay.
also push the reporting, but hence this is a test system. You will not be able to see any response from the government because we are just doing the
Oh,
training, right? We
yes,
cannot
yes,
interact
yes.
with the government. So this is the limitation of test system. You can do,
Okay,
you will see every time failure because we are not connected to the government system. We cannot
okay.
send any rough data to government, they will come and kill us.
Yes, yes.
I'll
Uh,
just show you the
Pradeep,
countries. Yeah.
the what is the implementation cycle in interview? So many persons are asking how many implementation you've done, and what is the implementation?
So implementation is like, for example, I have one pharmaceutical company. Right now, I am not using any system or any ERP or any software for managing my business. But I have received, let's say, I have now my business is very huge and manually I am not able to deal with it. Hmm? There are multiple orders, there are multiple deliveries I need to do, and I'm really messing up with my operations. So what I'll say, I'll share my quotation in the market that I need one software who can manage my business. Then these multiple service provider SAP will also come into picture, and they will share the quotation that in order to manage your business via SAP, we will charge you this much. Okay, that is the initial deal. And let's say
Yeah,
I
okay,
agree, okay, I'll pay you 100 crores, just implement the SAP ATTP. Now the SAP or any service provider like Accenture, HCL, TCS, whosoever has taken your contract, they will come, they will understand your business requirement, which is called as is, as is, which
yeah,
is known as right now what is your situation as is. They will prepare the diagram and they will tell you, see, right now your business is like that. Huh? And they will also give you a document which is 2B, TO2 and B 2B, which is saying how
okay,
it's going to be look like. Right now your business is like this and how we are going to make it. Hmm? And
mm,
the third document is fit gap analysis. So there is surely a difference between as is and to be document, right? And with how to meet these two things, the fit gap analysis will come into the picture. So you can say, like, first we have to understand the client business, we have to prepare the as is and to be document, then we have to do a fit gap analysis, like what all we need to include from our side in order to match the business requirement. Once we have the fit gap analysis complete, we need to prepare a blueprint. A blueprint
okay, okay,
is kind of like how a blueprint is developed for a building. When you construct a house, you go to architect and ask them, right, give me a blueprint, which is a complete map how your house going to be built, right? So this is a blueprint document. So once this blueprint is signed off by customer, the person who want to implement, we will start our implementation. This implementation, they will first install the SAP, and then they will start pulling all your data into SAP. This data is nothing but the master data, what all your customer is, what all your product is, they will start putting
yes,
into the system. That is the
yes, yes,
implementation.
okay,
Okay. So once this implementation is done, they will do the testing, they will do the informal testing, then they will do the formal testing. They will give this formal testing for a sign off to customers, see that we have installed and everything is working fine, we have tested, these are the result, please sign off. Then the customer will check, okay, my all processes are working fine, they have tested, they have given the training. Okay, that is where the uh, implementation is 50% done, and customer is ready to sign off. Once he sign off, they will move the whole thing into the real production environment. Right now Naveen told me that Deepak put the client 500, right? So
yes,
there
yes,
are the there are these are the client which represent the environment of the system, whether it is a development system, whether it is a testing system, or whether it is a real time production system. So once it is in production system, We can say we have gone live. Our business is in production. We have gone live. Okay. And then SAP will give you a window to provide support for some time, which is called hypercare. Okay. This hypercare could be of 2 months or 2 week or 1 year, that depend upon your contract. Once the hypercare is done, they will hand over it to the business, that now your ATTP system is your, you take care of it, we are signing off. That is how it works in the corporate. Any other question?
Pradeep, I have one question. May I?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
Pradeep.
Yeah, tell me.
I. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, fair enough. So, do we also need to learn like a JSON for transferring all your, file for a middleware or something?
No, no, that is not
Because I
required.
have seen that people are also transacting in the JSON files.
No, that is not required. So when it comes to ATTP, only one version, EPCIS, EPCIS, that is what it is going to use. Whatever coming in, system will convert into EPCIS. Whatever going, system will send the EPCIS, and the middleware will convert the file based on the target system. We don't have to worry about any file structure. We have to only understand the EPCIS. That's it. If you are ATTP consultant, you only need to know the EPCIS. That's it. There is no coding, there is no ABAP work, there is no any script writing, nothing.
Pradeep, EPC is nothing but an XML file, na?
Yes, yes,
Entire.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. That XML file is encrypted. That is why we are
Yes,
saying
yes,
EPCIS. Only the sender and the receiver can read the data inside the EPCIS file.
yes,
That
yes,
is why we are saying EPCI, electronic product code. We are saying EPC, na, electronic product
yes, yes.
code. Otherwise, it is
Entire.
XML only.
Okay, yeah, entire serial number history will be in APIC available
Yes, yes.
as XML file. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And when we have one question about country reporting, so that is all country we have here right now. So what I was saying, like if you know the Europe reporting, the same way the China, India, Russia, other country reporting will work. The only difference is, let's say Europe reporting will work on commissioning, some rule will be triggered. For China, the other rule will be triggered. For Argentina, some other rule will be triggered on commissioning. And that what rule will be triggered for each country, believe me, any person who is working in ATTP, they always refer the document. Okay, Turkey, so for commissioning, which rule need to trigger? Okay, might be the pool transfer ID rule has to be triggered for commissioning. Hmm. It's really hard to remember, for each country. Once you set up everything in system, then of course you can see.
UAE guidelines is not there in your history.
Yes, that is not my history. That is not my system. It is our training system. So it is not up to date. Up to date means
Okay,
like up to date, because UAE Tatmin system is recently launched. Na, it's been like 1 year, 1.5 year. So
okay,
might be it is not included here.
okay, okay,
But
fine.
but but
Can you
you
can
can.
cover,
Sorry, come again.
but you can cover that UAE also port
UAE
guideline.
Tatmin guideline. Yes, whatever guideline you need. Yes, we can discuss. That is not an issue.
Okay, okay,
In
but
fact, I
because
have
we
worked
are,
myself on the Tatmin 1.5 year back for Helion client.
yes, yes, currently they are asking the only India and Europe and UAE. Main the three are they asking everyone these guidelines.
Yeah, and then you should at least four country you should know: Europe,
Yes, yes, yes.
Russia, US, and Tatmin. If you know these four country, the South Korea, Turkey, the China, Argentina, that these are not much importance. The most important is Europe, Russia, US, and UAE right now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Any other question? No. Okay, then this is the cockpit where you are going to spend your 80% of time. Once we are done with all the basics of ATTP, once we are done with our all terminology, all the business process, this is the place where we are going to spend our 80% of training time. The cockpit, the master data, serial number, and the repository browser. And when you are in job, you are going to spend your 90% of time here only to figure out the issue. You will go outside, otherwise everything is done, and this is all 90% of ATTP you can think of. This is kind of a very small module and very easy module. The only thing is you need to understand the business process. The moment you understand business process, it is going to be very easy, and these business processes are also very easy, they are not much complex. The only thing you need to know whether the things you are working is a CMO or MH, and accordingly you can navigate here. So everything will be covered here. I'll give you all the T codes. I'll give you the documentation, the standard document provided by SAP on the country reporting. So you will, after the training, you will have all the documents which will help you to work smoothly. Okay, guys. Anything else? Naveen, any question from your side? And I myself has a lot of requirements. So let's say once we are done with training, yeah, we can go and we can see where are the requirements. So I can also help you with those things.
I was about to ask you this, Pradeep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So not to
Prati,
be worried about. Yeah.
after
So
completion
after
of the training
completion, hmm
of
go.
training in real time projects, you can your side any errors you can help that.
I have the list of errors, around 20 errors, which is quite frequent. And believe me, if you are working in ATTP for 1 year, you will only get one or two error which is not familiar. Otherwise, all the error you will get, you will be familiar. So I'll give you those error also.
Yeah, okay.
So in ATTP, it's quite a routine on the error side. You will always face the similar sort of error, and once you solve it, and one error, the next time when it come, what it need to be done.
Okay.
If I talk about myself personally, so in order to create hype, what I do is, like, whenever I receive incident, I smile and I go for a break. I enjoy the whole day. I do enjoy the second day also, and on third day when people start screaming, oh, what happened to that error, I go and I fix it in 5 minutes, and they thought like, oh, I have done a great job. It is so
Yeah.
simple. So don't worry about that. It's quite easy to understand and very less complexity. Only condition is keep the scenarios in your brain. Can you keep a picture of that architect in your brain, and things really going to be very easy. It is as easy as you are operating your mobile. Okay, perfect. Do let me know, guys, if you still have question. Otherwise, from my side, I'm good to close. Naveen, can we close?
Yeah, I guess we are good. Any more queries, or shall we wind up, Viplav,
Pradeep,
Suresh?
Pradeep, can you highlight something on a jobs part? You were speaking, but you got interrupted.
Jobs part. See, uh, there is a huge demand in the market. I myself taking interview, a lot of interviews I have taken. 70% of the resume I am receiving, these people who are working on the line, they have exposure to ATTP, but they really not worked in ATTP, so that is where they missed out the opportunity. Hmm. So I know that one of the guys working on the line in our trading system. So if you know the ATTP, na, is still you hold a very great opportunity working in the ATTP, because half of the functionality you know how to request serial number, how to process the file at the line, at the ground, you know how practically things happen. So for you, it's really really very strong chance to get a job. And believe me, even if you don't have any experience of the line, all you need is 2 to 3 interview, and after your third interview you are ready to face and to win the fourth interview, because questions are the same, everyone asking the same thing. It is very small module, so they cannot ask something extraordinary. So after 1 or 2 interview, if you write down all the question what the people are asking, you are ready for your third interview and you are going to crack it. I'll also
Pradeep,
give you
I
questions.
recently,
I'll
sorry,
also give
go
you
ahead.
the questions which you need to prepare, okay, for your interview.
Pradeep, the other thing, I recently, like, I was just doing a deep research on this particular part, and I realized that ATTP is fading away now. That now there is no much, the hype is related to ATTP. Is it like,
See, yeah.
what is
So
your opinion here?
you can say that is correct, but thing is not like that. Every modules when they initially started, there are less people and demand is high. Okay, that time what happened is organization is searching, but they don't find the people. Okay, after some time when market realized that there is a huge potential, there are many people who started entering and they start meeting the demand. Hmm? But it is not like all the 100% people are consumed and they are meeting the demand. There is always people who are not able to perform well in the organization, and they keep on the organization keep on removing them. So all you need is you need to sharpen your skill, and you should be the fit for the requirement. That's all. There is nothing called fading away. Instead, I'll say there is a huge chance, because I recently worked with H&M, which is a fashion industry. They have adopted the ATTP. They are working on ATTP. So imagine, if a one fashion industry is working, there are many other fashion industries in the pipeline who are going to adopt the solution. Again, there will be a huge demand. Already there is a demand, but it is now, if you have very very good knowledge in ATTP, then you are the best fit, because people need a resource who can perform. you know though in my team I have a 15 people, but all 15s are not performing the way I'm expecting. Only 3 or 4 are performing. So if I got a chance to replace all these 7 8 person, then who is there in the market? You guys are there in the market, and I can pick someone from you, right? That is how it goes, and it is going out with that all module. Even the SAP SD, which is like 20-year-old module, it is nothing like people are not learning SAP SD now. Correct. There are still people who are learning SAP SD, FI. These are like SAP modules are evergreen modules. There is nothing like we don't have demand, or it is matured, or demands are fading away. Demands are now matured. So it is as like whatever other modules, the same sort of ATTP is treated, and it has the same demand. Earlier demand was huge, because the government has put the regulation that we have to finish everything by 2020. So people were like searching, and they are picking anyone, and they are asking them to work. But now market is matured with all the modules, but still people are learning all the modules. I hope I answered your question. Anything else?
Hi Pradeep, this is Suresh. One question from my side.
Mhm.
I'm having 10 years of experience in packaging development. Right now, I'm taking this course. Means, is there any useful for me?
Of course, as you are
Even
packaging
10 years of
team,
experience also. Yes.
even 15 year of experience, no matter, you have a ground experience, practical experience in the packaging and all. So you can of course
Yes.
go and you can take this, and even in at the packaging side there is a requirement of people who are expert in ATTP in order to deal with the packaging, in order to do shipping, in order to unloading, loading, all those functionality who will do. If you are expert in ATTP, you can easily navigate in the ATTP system. You can easily investigate what pallet belongs to which serial number or which GTIN, and you can solve the issues, right?
Yes, yes. And is there any link to SAP, ATTP, and MM?
Not directly, but SAP MM
Not
is
directly.
linked to SAP ECC, and our ECC is related to ATTP. All the material which is we are
Okay.
syncing, ultimately SAP MM is responsible for creating material and maintaining it in ECC, and then ECC is pushing these material to SAP ATTP. So whenever we found any mismatch in ATTP for any material, we need to ask ECC team to correct it, and ECC team means SAP MM only.
Okay. Because someone told me before learning SAP ATTP, you should learn SAP MM also, like that they told. That's what I am
No,
asking.
no, 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 no. There is no
Not like
such
that,
one.
right?
Even
Okay.
I don't know SAP MM.
Okay, okay.
I know bit of SD, the sales cycle of SD. I know
This complete course training, how much time it will take?
40
Around
hours.
1 month or what? 40 hours.
40 hours.
Within
You
40
can
hours, we
finish
can
it
complete.
within 40 hours. I can complete. You need to
Hmm.
spend for more time for hands-on for practice.
Okay.
So I need 40 hours to finish it, and then you need your own time, how much or how soon you can complete, how soon you can do complete practice. That is up to you. But yeah,
Okay,
within
okay.
40 hours you have understanding what you need to do in SAP ATTC system, because when interviewer going to ask you the question, he will ask you like where you define the range, right? So you, if you
Yes,
practice more, you will quickly answer.
yes, yes. Correctly, exactly. Okay, thanks. Thanks for your confirmation.
Thanks. Yeah. Sorry for background noise.
Thanks for watching and please subscribe our channel.